After 6 long weeks of my most popular video being out, The Perks of Being Black, I've decided to do what most people would do in my situation, which is making a part 2.
Oh my god, bro.
With that said, I'm gonna not waste any more of your time and dive into the first perk of the video, which is the genetics of a black person, bro. Look, I don't know what it is, but black people can literally go from looking like this to this in like 3 to 6 months, which is absolutely outrageous. And for anyone getting the wrong impression and thinking that I'm mad at this, I'm actually not. I'm really happy at the fact that black people got crazy genetics and testosterone when it comes to building strength. I mean, I do come from the motherland at the end of the day, so why would I be mad at this? All this means is that I have this type of potential when it comes to building muscle. But one thing that is related to the genetics of niggas that I am mad about is how fat some of us can be. Cause look, bro, for my entire childhood, I was fat as shit. And I used to always have the dream of being able to run a mile in under 15 minutes. And I used to always have the dream of being able to run a mile in under 15 minutes. When I tell you I cannot run to save my life, I genuinely couldn't. Like, nigga, I had to breathe through an inhaler at the age of 10. Anyways, obviously with that said, I wouldn't know anything of the caliber of being able to run. But look though, I'm about to blow your mind with the crazy fat real quick. Take a look at this. What you're looking at is a top 10 list of the fastest people recorded in history. And as you can see, they're all black. They're all black. In which, honestly, that alone should be enough to prove my point. I mean, if that's not enough evidence, just look at the percentage of black people who escape the cops every year. You're done. I'm joking, bro, relax. But moving on to the next perk that a lot of black people seem to really be experts in is stealing cop music. Next perk is making music. Now, obviously, almost every mainstream artist is black, but instead of diving into the mainstream side of music, how about we just settle and talk about the majority of underground artists? I mean, come on, bro. We all know a nice handful of people who make music from the bedroom trying to make it out the slumps. Like my friend Skies, for example. Y'all should definitely go check out his new album. It's tough. But no, seriously though, you can't lie to me and say that most SoundCloud rappers or just underground artists in general aren't mostly black. I mean, regardless, the music most of the time don't even be half bad, to be honest. I really don't know why most of them don't blow up. It could be poor marketing, generic sounding beats and flows, or maybe I'm just beating around the bush and the majority of people might just think their music is ass, but I don't know. But another niche on the topic of music that I strongly want to talk about is a black person's ability to freestyle, my guy. Cause this natural born skill in black people is actually outrageous. I could not point out how many videos I've seen of kids sitting in a circle making a table beat, and there's just one in the middle spinning verses harder than songs featuring 21 Savage, bro. Like, I'm talking better freestyling than someone like Juice WRLD, which says a lot. I mean, we don't even have to rely on the fact that he was mainly a freestyling artist. Just look at what this man Benny Blanco had to say about him real quick.
This guy comes in the room, okay? You press play on the beat. He goes, all right, let me in. Does a full song. It's the best song you've ever heard. Then does another song, and it's the best song you've ever heard. And then he said, pick which one you like better. He's the fastest, best ever.
You see the sheer excitement in this man? But Juice WRLD is just one example. I mean, the amount of potential that some of the kids who just freestyle for fun have is crazy. I truly believe that there is talent out there that surpasses the top tier artists that we all know and love, to be honest. But the last faction about music that I want to talk about is beat making. This one's a bit short, but all I really have to say about this one is damn near every time I hear of somebody who makes beats as a hobby or professionally, is usually black. But that's all I have to say about beat making. Now, before I transition to the next perk of being black, I want to make a quick disclaimer. If anyone disagrees with me on any of these points, I fully understand. I'm really just making these videos for fun and they are not meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. With that being said, thank you so much and let's continue on with the video. The next perk that all niggas have is being able to swing on trees better than Spider-Man.
Come on, man.
Sorry, I got carried away there for a second. What I actually meant to say is that every black person has some kind of comedic element to them. I mean, hell, you've made it this far in the video, so you're clearly enjoying it one way or another. But one thing I will say is I kind of already talked about this in my last video, but the only point I made in that one is how almost every famous comedian is black. But what I failed to mention is that black people as a whole are just naturally funny, my nigga. Like, I don't know what else to say. Now, I feel like out of everything I've said so far in this video, this has got to be the most agreeable statement, bro. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and travel back into the book of your old high school memories. No, not the time you passed around a vape in that sweaty ass locker room, or the time that you got your ass hung on a locker like a fucking loser. I want you to think back to all of the class clowns that you ever had. Come on, you gotta admit that at least 9 out of 10 of y'all's class clowns were black, bro. I mean, don't get it twisted. We can all agree that some class clowns are annoying as hell. But to the actual funny ones who lighten up the mood in that gloomy ass history class we all hated, you really deserve an Oscar. I mean, mid-class, we can literally be on the topic of World War II and the teacher would ask the class something like, okay, class, so where did Anne Frank hide from the Nazis? Hey, wasn't she one of those people who hid under Epstein's Island?
Come on now, dog.
Come on, man. And for some reason, some dumb joke like that will have the whole class dying, bro. The actual funny class clowns are actually lovable, man. But to venture into the cafeteria specialist when it comes to being a class clown, we can admit that every time you've had one of these guys sitting at your table, he would have the table dying of laughter at least once, bro. And honestly, it doesn't even matter where or when it is, because no matter what, if there is a group of black people in the vicinity of where you're at, best believe those niggas will not be able to go longer than 90 seconds without laughing harder than Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars. I think we can all come to an agreement that when you picture a class clown in your head, 90% of the time he's black. Oh, and speaking of black, I want to talk about the next perk of being a nigga, which is having the marksmanship of a prestige master, but in real life. Something that can't be said for Vaughn.
To Mr. Banks, if you're watching this video, I sincerely apologize. I've made a sincere lapse in judgment, and I do wish to continue living. Please do not kill me. Your last album had no skips, bro. 10 out of 10 project, bro. That.
I mean, bro, come on. This stereotype is so strong that they literally made Deadshot go from white to black just because they were sure a black man would suit the role better due to both of them not being able to miss bullets, which is kind of racist. Oh, and I almost forgot. They didn't just cast any normal nigga to be Deadshot. They casted Will Smith. Now, obviously, the actor himself isn't necessarily known to being in any street activity, but don't get it wrong. He definitely got that accuracy when it comes to slapping the shit out of Chris Rock's jawline, my boy. Will Smith really did put the hate in Everybody Hates Chris. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. What was I talking about? Oh, right, perks. I was talking about perks. Speaking of perks, I think the next one that should be brought up is none other than the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. All right, now I know this one is very subjective, so feel free to disagree, but the stereotype of black people just having swag didn't come from nowhere. I'm not even just talking about drip either, but dancing too. Every dance trend that has popped off in like the last 3 decades was started by black people. My nigga, even in video games, bro, the Fortnite default dance was made by a black dude. Even that corny ass renegade dance that ran TikTok for a year, that was made by a black girl too. But these days, it really feels like the majority of black people just have a natural ability to dance. I really don't know when this happened, but bro, this thing Cenat got everybody and their grandparents getting sturdy everywhere, bro. Even at fucking cemeteries, my nigga. Like, let the dead rest in peace. Especially Michael Jackson. Why is a case being revived on a man that's been dead for over 10 years? Let the nigga rest. Oh, and speaking of the dead, I've actually invited Michael Jackson to come give y'all a message.
Hello everyone, it's Big Michael in the cut. How y'all doing? Just wanted to pop by my boy Tranos' video to tell you motherfuckers to like the video. You know, usually I wouldn't use that type of language, but it's genuinely outrageous to me how someone could have made it this far in the video and they haven't subscribed yet. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Anyways, if you did manage to make it this far in the video, Tranos wanted to let me know that he genuinely appreciates all of you and he promises to be more consistent. With that said, special shout out to Agent from AMP for reacting to his last video. And be sure to go stream my friend Sky's new album. That shit is hard on my mama. And a special shout out to you guys for 7,000 subscribers as well. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. It's Big Michael in the cut, and I'm out.